Look here, you ready?
Yep.
Look at that. 35-degree bend on the tube. That's a pretty good bend, I'm not gonna lie. So I think I found probably the cheapest hydraulic tube bender that you could actually build and piece together. But this thing, with everything that I got, will probably run you around $600 or $700. And it'll make tube bending 10 times easier for you. So for the hydraulic bender to work, you have to have the swag ram mount bracket. Now this is for the hydraulic jack. It's the 8-ton air over hydraulic jack at Harbor Freight. You can get unwelded to save some money, like I did. I'm about to weld this all up here. You have to weld each corner. And then the tabs that you need, you have to weld those on as well. And the tabs there, you have pre-slots, which is super nice. Kind of helps square everything up. You can buy them pre-welded. It's just gonna cost a bit more. So let's go ahead and get this welded up. Rubber. Well, never said I was the best welder, but it'll hold. It's not terrible. This piece is still so hot. All right. Now we just gotta get this one done. It's the same thing, the 4 corners, and then the tabs, and we'll be able to assemble. Well, the biggest thing that we need to do is get these tabs on. So these tabs sit right there, just like this. We need to make sure that they're square. Obviously, we gotta give it a good eye. And the tolerances that we're dealing with here probably aren't that bad. Because this has to be welded on too. You can kind of get it squared up that way. That's not bad either. They're cooking.
You can cook some eggs on that.
So now we got these welded up. You can't make your bender hydraulic without these specific pieces. This is the Swag Off-Road ram mount for Harbor Freight's air over hydraulic jack. But you need to have this to be able to build your bender, because this replaces the physical arm. In the JD Squared bender, it has like a ratchet system that you kind of like pull, ratchet, pull, and then bend your tube. This replaces that arm. So this is the stand we went with at Harbor Freight. We were gonna get the pedestal one, but I feel like this one is just gonna be more sturdy. So we're just gonna see what we have to do to make this thing fit. Hopefully this thing's not a pain to put together. First thing I'm already noticing, we're gonna have to bore these out. We're probably gonna have to drill a hole, because I know we got one hole there, but we're gonna need to make another one right there. So we're definitely gonna have to drill into this thing. We'll just mark it first, and then we'll put it together. So we know that all of that has to go, and that has to go. Cool, so we have our marks made. Not too bad, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and throw this thing together real quick, and we'll pick back up once we get a little further into this. Sick. All right, so this thing says,
Looks like a bench.
well, I weigh more than 150 pounds. It says it's maxed out at 150 pounds. I weigh way more than 150 pounds. I weigh about 180.
It looks like a seat. Like it could be a...
Hold me perfectly fine. It'll hold the bender. Now that we got the stand put together, we're gonna run some holes through this just so we know that the bender can bolt to this. All right, 1. That's 2. So now that we have the stand modified, we are done with the stand. I went ahead and bolted up the Swag Off-Road adapter that we welded up on the bench. The reason why I bolted it to this now was because I could put the jack through good, and then I could actually torque these down. You can torque these down to 20 foot-pounds a piece. That's what holds the jack in place. This is everything for the bender. Because we're not using the manual arm, which are these 2 pieces, we don't need it. We're gonna have to slide those out of the way. The first thing we need to do is put these 2 pieces together. The end of the bottle jack, this opening right here, is going to replace this bushing with a smaller bushing that goes through that opening on the jack. And a little set a set screw to keep the jack in place. That comes with the Swag off-road mount, so you don't have to worry about buying that separately. Everything you need to mount that hydraulic jack onto this bender comes with the Swag off-road mount. So first thing we're gonna do is kind of like line these up. You wanna make sure the holes are on the bottom because the holes need to be facing the outside when it's put on the bender. We need to take one of these long bolts, and the regular spacer is gonna go through on the second hole. I'm gonna put this on. We're gonna tighten that down a little bit, but we're not gonna fully tighten it down. Because we still need to get a little bit of play to get this through on the jack, so we don't want to tighten it down fully yet. That's pretty much all we're gonna do for that piece. The next thing we're gonna do is put on the degree plate. This degree plate is what shows you what degree your bend's at. So all we gotta do is flip this over. We'll lay that there. We're gonna put these on. Just tighten those down. We've pretty much done everything we need to do on the floor. Let's go ahead and move back up the stand. So first things first, we have this spacer. This spacer needs to go here. This just gives it enough clearance off of whatever it's resting on, just so that it can swing freely. It's kind of where it gets a little difficult now. Right, so this needs to go on here like this. This is where we're gonna have to put that on at the same time. So this is really where it helps to have somebody to hold everything for you. We're gonna set you guys down for a second, just so that my wife can assist me real quick. So we'll do this. Drop that through. I loosened it. Come on. Okay. I feel like I'm through the spacer now.
Yay!
There it is. Woo! Once you get that bolted on after you're done fighting with it for what felt like 30 minutes, we're gonna put this on. So this is kind of like the pivot point. These bushings have a big and a small end. The big end goes down. It's gonna go right through there like that. Same thing with this one. Big end goes up. It should sit flush just like this. Set that one down in there. And you put this one up in there, just like that, and it'll pivot real nicely. This is also where, if you want, you can put your die in between here just to kind of hold this up so it doesn't keep falling. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Next step now is to get this bolt through the jack. And to do that, we need to kind of like, there we go. Straighten her out. And then we can tighten this down and just pump it up until it fits on this hole. Right. A little more, right there. Now, we take the set screw, find center on this, just like that, and we're gonna tighten that down. Go ahead and tighten that down just so it holds. Drop the bolt through. Wow, that's gonna be a pain to get. We can just extend the jack to kind of get there though. That is good to go there. This thing is looking perfect. Everything lines up so far. Everything's really stable. Doesn't feel like it's gonna fall. Yeah, man, we're looking good. It should be pretty much good to go. There we go. All right, so it's closed, good there. That's good. Let's see. All right, so I expected that to move a little bit. It should stop. Look at that. All right, guys, so in true budget fashion, this thing is supposed to go on here somewhere. It came with a thread. I mean, I think it's supposed to thread in here. What this is for is so you can tell what degree your bend is at, right? So as this moves forward, it tells you what degree. Of course, you know, it doesn't have a spot to screw it into. And I really don't want it to have tendinitis. So, we're not even gonna use it. Instead, I came up with a solution. So this bolt fits exactly this pattern. This is to hold your pipe. When you put your pipe in through your keeper like this, right? You screw this down. If you look on this side, this will come out and it'll hold your pipe exactly where you need it so it doesn't move. What we're gonna do is take this coat hanger wire that I kind of bent up. We're gonna put it exactly on that. And then I have a spacer that I made from an old air chuck. I kind of just cut the chuck part off and it fits perfectly right over. And so how this will work, so when we have our tube in there, right, we'll tighten this down. And once that's fully tightened down, it'll hold it in place. And then all we have to do is set 0, just like that. And that'll work perfectly, just like how it would with the other one. So let's go ahead and give this thing a shot. Let's try and bend some tube and see what happens. So I have a bent piece of tube that I already tested off camera. We're gonna test it on camera for you guys here. All you need to do is slide it in, lift up this, slide in to here, slide this out like this. We're gonna take this out for a second. We're gonna put the keeper in. That straight down there, that'll hold that in. Tighten that down, hold that in. So we got the pipe in, we got everything tightened down, we got our little degree thing set. This is still a little loose, so what we're gonna do is get this tight until there's no play. Like that. Then we're gonna set this to 0, just like that. Now, we step back because this is a test. We pushed it to 45, just to kind of get to half a 90. So let's just get this loosened up. This pin should come straight out. Perfect. Let's go ahead and depress this jack. Loosen that up there. Give this a good little smack real quick. It'll come off just like that. You can take your keeper pin off, your keeper. Your nice and lovely bent pipe will slide right out. Look at that. That is a nice 45-degree bend. We got a 35-degree bend on this one we did off camera, 45-degree bend on this one we did on camera. I think this thing came out sweet. This is gonna make pipe bending way easier, and it's on a budget. If you guys enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, let me know in the comment section below, and hit the subscribe button. We're gonna be doing some crazy projects coming up here soon. That's the reason we built the bender, so hopefully you guys are looking forward to those videos, and we'll see you in the next one.